believing in what you're doing. Obviously here, Espanyol is benefited by the mistake of Courtois and also the fantastic first touch and the hit of Verdú. Somebody.
I mean, he couldn't really believe it, could he? The way the Atletico defence was.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Atletico Madrid didn't know exactly what to do. I mean, the defenders should have been closer to midfielders and try to avoid those big gaps between the two centre backs and score these goals because there was a big space there between them two.
What was interesting is that Espanyol scored goals in different ways. Shooting from long distances is not something that you see normally, but then somebody's running with the ball easily through the centre. And the third one was a combination, a 1-2, and Sergio Garcia had been missing for a few weeks, and you could tell that that was one of the problems of Espanyol, creating as much as scoring. So in this case, he's the one with the assist. He receives the ball here and sees the run of Romaric, who of course doesn't even have to touch it anymore, just hits it and the third goal. Everything was working well for Espanyol because it was 3 shots.
Well, I think discipline is very important in a dressing room, and he's done very well. It doesn't matter how important you are for the team, he's done very well. He's been lucky that he's just back, he scored, he's played well, so he's not going to cause any trouble. He'll be happy also.
Yeah, good management there from Pochettino. Falcao perhaps believes they've got his team back in the game with the goal just before half time.
Listen, Espanyol is known as the Mr. Vitamin team because if you have got a flu, just play Espanyol. It tends to cure you. And that's something that actually a former Atlético Madrid manager told me that's how he's known in the football world. So they scored this goal, and then you think, all right, they've got still a chance. This is Atlético Madrid. They could score 4, 3, 5 goals, whatever they need. Sometimes they do so. But there wasn't much belief in what they were doing. All that came after that was somewhat crushing, but not enough control. And as we say, they just didn't know what they were playing at.
Important as well for Espanyol for the goals to be shared around. Sergio Garcia gets in the fourth. He's had a bit of a tough time with injuries this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think it's a big blow for Espanyol. He's a very important striker. He's been told about Espanyol, the lack of goal, the lack of strikers. We were also speaking about maybe in January getting a new striker. But I think after today, Sergio Garcia is back, Verdú, Romaric's getting there. Maybe something's not going to happen.
You're talking like a director of Espanyol, not like Pochettino. Pochettino wants a striker, needs a striker. Because, yes, today is...
I think more than a consolation, really, was it? You felt that the belief from the Atletico players wasn't there that they could get back and get a point out of this game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was about believing in their game, in their possibilities. And Espanyol was in one extreme, and Atletico was exactly the opposite. They were scoring goals, they were there in the game, but then